that coffee intake. Hello, everybody. This one's Matt. That one's Ilya.
Heyo.
And we're in Silverstone, in the United Kingdom, soon to be XEU, if all goes well. Should be a good race. First time we've been at Silverstone in the Conelanders League of Coniness. See how the Miatas take them.
Very slow and tedious, I believe, because that's how Miata goes.
Well, I mean, that's how anything goes when you're in the car. It doesn't really matter what. So anyway, thankfully we're here at the shortened circuit, otherwise we would want to commit suicide more than we already do, as you see Conelanders getting a little side right there. And front row Sharky and Cone Dodger and Lily about to get arrested.
Yeah, lovely atmosphere around. Master Ponchik is third, followed by Gemini.
Servatus and Dick Golf, whatever. Yeah, Dick Golf.
Seventh position is occupied by Gunsis, followed by 2-5.
With the Holy Moose picking up T9 and DT1 Cooper in 10.
Spooky Squid is gonna start 11th, and Neon Tiger starting behind him in 12th.
The contrast on the screen below is George is in 13th, and Magnus, whatever.
SCWG4 starts 15th, Mark 1 Fireman starts 16th.
Martinez 224 is in 17th with Rotorix 2 and 18th, and that makes up your grid for the Conelanders disappearing in a horrible, horrible editing scenario thing. Yeah. So it'll be an interesting grid. Servatus, Sharky, wow. Sorry, Servatus. Sharky back in his usual position with Cone right behind him. It'll be really up to whoever gets a good start. Cone showed that when Sharky gets into some bad stuff that he can take the win. We'll see.
Cone will have the inside line for turn 1 and 3, so he might do something here.
Yeah.
As he gets flashed by Gemini behind him.
Yeah, getting flashed by Gemini as the FSB are getting ready to flash somebody else in a different context.
I don't know what's going on outside.
Yeah, I don't know. He's St. Petersburg is an interesting place. What about Gemini in wherever position he's in? Looks like the person who starts behind him doesn't show up to the party.
Yeah, I believe that's this golfer, and I believe we had so many problems trying to run the server that he actually had to go. So he won't be on the grid tonight. That's easy for 2-5 behind that empty spot. And Gunsis, who is to the left of it, so they have some free space to go into in case things go haywire.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. What? As the cutest car on the grid, Spooky Squid. A little bit further back than he would have liked, though, I gotta say.
Well, to be honest, the positions on the grid are regarding the heat races. And as you can see, the left side of a grid is slightly more packed than the right one. The Heat 2 had, well, you see Sharkey, Maestro, Cervantes, Gunsis, Squid, Moose, me. So basically it was packed, and the other
so
Heat
all
just
the good
had
people
Cone.
except for you.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other
Just making sure we get that.
The other Hit had Cone basically breezing away from the pack. So, yeah, that's why people are starting lower than they usually would have started here.
As we see a nice shot of a typical IndyCar crowd. But we got the red lights, and we're about to go. And we are going. As it looks like Cone gets a decent start, but not enough to get what the hell? Sharky off the line. I keep wanting to say Servatus. I'm sorry, Sharky. This Ponchik's going around the outside. Nothing really too bad. Looks clean. Looks professional. Okay. Good.
So far.
Yeah,
As
so
they're
far.
coming to the first real corner of that track, this is turn
look at
3
Cone.
of International Circuit. Cone will try to go down the inside. And Sharky goes...
Somewhere.
Okay. Sharky goes off the track.
Camera.
Cone just slows down. I think they had collision. That allows Master Ponchik to go further up into first place. Somebody's almost losing it, and somebody actually losing it.
He is losing it.
And I believe there's Cone just kicking up all the dust as we can barely see anything.
This is GP2 and Baku shit.
Gemini going side by side with 2-5 and Cone behind them, having nowhere to go really, so he has to slot back in. And we see Sharkey, and I believe that's NCWG and Rotrix, try to do something. That's back in 11th place. Sharkey losing out during the start again.
Mm. Yeah, I can't really tell. I'll have to look at the replay. I don't know if Cone got into him or if Sharky got into Cone. Um, we'll have to look at the footage, assuming that our editing team did its job, and by editing team I mean Ilya.
I mean, I'm big, but not a team yet.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. Pretty soon we
some
can
point.
set up our own, like, company. What do you need to have? How many do you need to have to make a company? Could I get the tax break for it? Anyway, as Mr. Ponchik is calmly in the lead, Goons is me too. Yeah, good so far. Let's see if he can hold on to it or even go one better. 25 there, overtaking Gem Knight. He's having a strong.
I want to notice that Spooky Squid is in P3 after starting almost all the way back in the field.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to see that. That's definitely an interesting development.
As we see Gemini chasing 2-5 and Cone Dodge is behind them. Basically, the entire grid is on that straight.
Servati's went the other way around too. Looking at that, he started decently well up the field. Now he's in 16.
Yeah, I assume something happened to him. As Gemini and 2-5 slam into each other. One heads into the gravel trap, the other one is facing the wrong way. As we see a little bit of calamity back here in the
This is
mid.
V8 supercar stuff. I might have to break out the Aussie accent.
Please don't. The club corner Moose goes a little bit wide, gets slammed.
The club. Oh shit!
Gets slammed, and Sharky picks up 2 positions after that bout. So Sharky is back to 7th, Cone is up to 5th. Here we see Moose trying to recover after an unfortunate incident in the club. Magnet, whatever the hell your name is.
Fortunate incident in the club. I could go places with that comment, but I won't. As we see Cone trying to get his way back up the field on the outside of Neon Tiger, but the outside becomes the inside, I think. Yep, there we go.
Does.
And Neon Tiger doesn't listen. He didn't listen to my advice. Gives Cone a little rub down. I mean, who wouldn't want to give Cone a rub down? Anyway, Cone crisscrosses. He's going to be on the
Sharky
inside for the
joins the
next
party.
corner.
That's gonna go 3 wide. As
Yeah,
I'm spectating all the way from back here.
Yeah, interesting camera work. Cone looks like he's going to easily pick up.
Sharky will have the inside line
explosive.
here. Sharky is still there. Brakes later. Will have the inside, but Cone will have the speed at the exit. They will be going side by side. No, Cone slots back in. Tries to pick up some draft for the club. Neon Tiger is still there, trying to regain the position into the club. Goes inside. Will try to cross over.
Nope.
Cone keeps the position for now.
You can't do a crisscross there.
In V8, you can.
And there you can do it anywhere. That's basically Holdsworth. Looking for the crisscrossing right into the wall.
I apologize on behalf of Packmarker's crew.
I mean, the bloody man broke his pelvis. He's usually the one breaking other people's pelvises. Of the female disposition. Anywho, what was that?
I
So
don't
nothing
know.
really has changed all that much after the battle between the three. Here we get a nice little replay of...
The starting procedures, I believe that Shark is starting from the pole.
I thought it was in slow motion, but I forgot about how crap these cars are.
It's Miyata, yeah.
Yeah.
Cone will try to go around the outside to get the inside line in. Maestro will join the party on the outside. Cone gives a little bit of a tap and making sure that Sharky goes nowhere. And that's what happened to Servatis, at least the beginning. Making sure that Sharky goes as far back as possible. Sharky almost loses it again on rejoining.
Yeah.
As we see Calamity up ahead as Servatis starts spinning and collects Martin as well. Sharky has to avoid that crash as well. It was very eventful for Sharky back here.
I think Sharky spent more time that lap in the grass than he did on the tarmac.
Probably, as we see a replay from further down the field from Neon Tiger's perspective, who cuts turn 1, gets washed out a little bit, almost collects me up there, as we see almost 4 wide in front of them, with Spooky Squid making up spaces, overtaking 2-5. We see 2 wide, 4 deep in here, and Servatis rejoins in the middle of a field, which allows Neon Tiger to jump 3 people in 1 turn. A little bit of a touch with Moose here as we see Cone Dodger going cross
Shane Van
country.
Giesbergen mode.
That's almost.
What is he doing?
It's hard to keep Miyata on the grass straight So here we see another replay of what happened to Cervantes as he slams into Sharky. A bit of a sharp rejoin Moose has to avoid.
Yeah, which then led to this incident that we see
Break
here.
And a little bit of
With
a
you.
tap. As NC makes sure I am going right as well. And Martin gives a final blow to Cervantes. Nothing he could do here. It was basically a collision course from the very beginning. As we see what happened to Conelanders. Oh, 2-5 actually helped him get to the grass here as he tries to rejoin, almost overcorrects it into the wall, but rejoins safely under the bridge. As we see,
Cervantes.
another
I thought
replay
he
of
was going to lunge
Cervantes.
25 there. Yeah,
Oh.
no, Gemini.
Yeah, he started sliding all by himself, but Gemini made sure he finished that slide off the track. Another replay, eventful start so far. We see Mach 1 Fireman going a little bit wide, and AstroTurf, also known as the green stuff of death, sends him wide, but he did well. Did not crash.
Kept it out of the walls.
Yeah. He wasn't
We're
collision
now back
course.
live. Yeah,
No.
we're now back live with Neon Tiger valiantly holding off Russian penetration as both
As
of you decide to
Both
take
of
a
us
shortcut.
and Cone Dodger went a little bit wide, and there should be a 2 wide most probably. Cone is probably safe. There is quite a bit of a gap between 2 cars and him. I have the inside line into the turn,
He's headbanging in there.
and that's the end of this fight as we switch back to Martin, Cervantes and Gemnite, who have all suffered heavy crashes early in the race, all trying to race each other and regain those lost positions.
I don't know why he has the Formula 1 logo on his door. I mean, this Miata kind of sounds like a modern F1 car, but other than that, there's really no similarity.
I mean, the speed is equal.
I like to see one of these things doing 230 miles an hour.
I'm still
I
yet
mean, I
to
really
see a
would. I
Formula
would like
1
to see-
car doing 230.
It didn't Baku.
Well, in Baku, to be honest, they had like a 10 mile straight.
Yeah.
Give this one a 10 mile straight downhill. It might as well go. Like
I think it could. I think if you gave these 10 miles straight downhill, it might be able to do 130.
it will break down midway through.
That's Japanese.
Just like the F1 car. Anyway,
Or the WEC Japanese cars.
no, they'll do fine. They'll break on the last 50 meters.
Lol.
Sorry, Toyota.
You're still shit. I love you, but you're shit.
You're good for 23 hours and 55 minutes.
Hey, at least you're not Nissan.
Speaking of WEC, Audi, being 12 laps down, still on podium. As Rotorex 2, being creative with the track limits here, which will probably gonna cost him a position into the club
Oops.
as GT Cooper goes their own way. And Rotorex picks up the position back from Moose. That's gonna be a 2 wide into start finish. NCWG right behind them. GT rejoins behind them, as I wouldn't suggest NCWG to go 3 wide here, as we see
No,
what happens
he's
to
just gonna
Cooper.
do it on his own. Yep.
Yep.
Slides in. Slides out.
Overcorrects, bitches it, and has to wait basically for the entire field to pass. Actually, no, he goes in between 2 groups. A bit risky, but he makes sure to stay out of the way.
That corner, slow enough. You have enough runoff. It wasn't that risky at all. Slid it in between the 2 groups. He was still gonna lose out to it, but at least that way he didn't have to start going 20 miles behind them.
True.
Now he's only 2. And it's 25 after a good start. He might have been involved in a calamity somewhere. I really can't remember. Back down in 12th. Gemnite. Servatus slipping down the order even further.
So what is dead last for now?
Sharky catching.
Shaki
top
catching
3.
already ahead of Cone Dodger at this point, but he has a 7-second gap between him and, I should say, the group of leaders, as there is barely any gap between Master Gunst and Squid. As we
Yeah, for sure.
As we see Cooper trying to reclaim what was once his against Rotorex 2, he once again will have the inside line here. And I believe the power of Yamaha helps him get this position, and he's now in top 10.
I've,
We're professionals.
indeed.
Anyway, we are lap 7 out of 20, and soon the pit window should open.
Yeah, tires, they an option around here?
Yeah, a lot of weird, different kinds of corners with quite a lot of wear on the front tires. Because my puppy isn't happy about something.
Well, I mean, he must be hearing
Apart
the
from
FSB
me.
raid going on. Well, yeah, that's why I was going there, because him being mad at you was just the default state, as we see somebody getting all out of shape there.
Yeah, Cooper, almost losing it once again, has to defend against Rotorex. Rotorex will have...
I wonder if he has a problem.
Maybe
Puppy
something...
agrees.
Maybe something happened early on and...
Yeah, because, I mean, I could partly explain it as him just tilting after that incident, but they seem to be coming in quick succession.
Yeah, I mean, visually the car is alright, but knowing Assetto Corsa, that means absolutely nothing, as everybody and their mother cuts that corner.
Yeah. Interesting line choice from people there. Servatus now up ahead of Marzen, and was ahead of some people, then isn't, and then is, and isn't. I don't know what's going on with the timing on the top right. It's going places.
It's consistent. And that will explain why Martin is on the pit lane, or was on the pit lane. He already has one pit stop. That's why it's probably bugging out, because actually going through pit lane and finishing the lap via pit lane is faster. Just because you cut the entire club. Let's not go any further with that phrase.
No, let's not. Folks, you could probably figure out what we're referencing just because it's bad enough that we aren't going to say it. It's the Holy Moose. Just,
Went around
pretty
Neon
conveniently
Tiger.
rounded up Neon Tiger there. Neon's been involved in a couple of different incidents, so it's nice to see a clean exchange.
Yeah, probably Neon tries his best to stay clean at this point.
Oh, for sure. I'm not, and not all those incidents were his fault. Just his name kept popping up in places it shouldn't.
Yeah. As we see, Gunz is bitten from P1. As we see, yeah, he's ahead of Maestro and Squid, so he went on that pit road that cuts the entire corner. It will filter out, but the first leader is on the pit lane right about now, so we can officially declare the pit window open.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how tires and fuel factor into all this, what their strategies will be. Of course, it's too much for a group of Italian developers, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's too much for a group of Italian developers to ask to be able to have that information present for a replay system, but we can infer a few things by relative pace, maybe.
As Gunz rejoins after his pit stop, he will have to fight Moose for his position on... I don't know if he got tires or not, but we'll see. It's either old-ish tires or cold-ish tires.
One way
either-
or another, not optimal.
Either way, pit out lap is gonna be a doozy. As Neon Tiger is now seeing the rear of Gunz's car, which is filled with My Little Pony references. So if I was Neon Tiger, I would overtake that car as soon as humanly possible.
Yes, no one enjoys their rear being filled with My Little Pony unless you're into some interesting things. And being a 25-year-old man on a college campus in the internet age, I've
probably
seen
one
some
of them.
shit. I've seen some shit.
Oh, yeah. Either way, we are approaching end of lap 10, probably. Maybe beginning of lap 10, depends of how further up the field Maestro is. Nobody is beaten quite yet, which is surprising. Gunz went for a very early pit, and we should remember that Martin pitted even earlier.
Be interesting to see. Maybe tire wear is not as much of a problem here as something. I mean, it has the braking zones, yeah, but other than that, it's a lot of fluid corners, not a lot of jerky stuff. So you're not switching load on tires quick on, off. It's much more of a gradual process.
2-5 tries to make a move on Rotrix 2 here. Yeah, Rotrix 2 is kind of wobbly on the outside of that turn. So
that was an
2-5
opportunity for 2-5 to capitalize. He didn't take it though. Like the real Nessa, he came up a day late and $1 short. I'll see if we can make it work further down the track. It looks though like Rotor X2 is having all kinds of issues and is just basically truly training it up.
2.5 dives up the inside.
Is that the Zelda logo?
I think it's the some kind of corpse, whatever space.
No, on Rotor X's car.
Rotorex? I think it's
Yeah.
Zelda reference.
Okay.
I believe
I've seen that
it's
somewhere before.
Filled with Triforce. As we see, Spooky Squid, Cone Dodger, me, and looking at this half
You're
the
getting
field.
tires.
See Spooky Squid, Cone Dodger, me, NCWG, Rotorex 2. And I believe that's it for now on the pit lane. GT Cooper also pits. A lot of the field decided to pit halfway through the race, basically splitting in half and half, which would make sense for a tire stop.
Well, and here's the thing too: is depending on the minimum fuel required, and how you kind of schedule that. It could be that you're on a lighter load, giggle, in the second half of the race than you were in the first, unless you have some people who are splitting fuel requirements half and half.
Well,
but that's not on. What is he doing
and
there?
I might say that Moose is very wobbly on the straightaway, so Squid had to ease off and abort the move for now, which let Gunsis close the gap. And Squid and Gunsis are actually fighting the position. The Moose, well, technically he is fighting for position as well, but he is one pit down on both of them.
We don't call him the Moose with the loose caboose for nothing.
Wouldn't call him it at all. But
Bullshit.
Never
I
mind.
started
Spooky
I'm
Squid.
gonna make that a trend, asshole. Here, hang on, I gotta go to Twitter.
As Spooky Squid tries to go down the inside in his best effort to avoid fighting Gunsis for the rest of his life, and Moose lets both of them pass, but Gunsis will have the inside line capitalizing on that old cluster truck, and goes around Squid for now. I have no doubt that Squid will try to regain their position here. A bit of a wider exit. He had to pinch a little bit, but I think Gunsis lost it a little bit because Squid is clean past Gunsis at this point already.
Speaking of clean past everybody, Honchik comes into the pits. We'll see. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, Magnet's also exiting the pit lane as we speak. And Sharky goes past and in the lead.
Am I the only one who never understood this new pit setup here, Silverstone?
The new complex?
Why they took it off the Maggots Beckett's complex?
I don't know. Maybe they wanted Magnet's Beckett's to just be faster.
It was always fast.
Not breaking the flow.
I guess maybe.
I don't know.
It never made much sense to me. But anyway, I'm a purist when it comes to that kind of crap. And Shark is up in the lead, albeit without a pit stop.
We see the Holy Moose and 2.5 also joining the pit lane. And we only have Gemknight and Cervantes who are opting for a late pit after...
And Neon.
Neon and Sharky, yeah.
Yeah, so 4 people still have not come into the pits.
But yeah, it would make sense for Gemknight and Cervantes as they had to make up the positions. Probably staying to the last possible moment.
Sharky, only thing I can think of is if he's going for another one of his late race blasts. But
never mind, Sharky just went onto the pit lane.
oh, there you go.
So Maestro probably will manage to get an undercut on Sharky.
We'll see. It depends on, again, how much tires actually do factor into it. Plus the fact that now Sharky, if he decides to get fresh tires, will have fresher tires for the last portion of the race than anyone else around him. So he can push harder as we get a nice view of the asphalt a couple different times.
Yeah, I checked all the...
there's a race somewhere in here.
Yeah, I checked all the cameras. None of them decided to show the pit lane. As Maestro Ponche goes past, as here we see Sharky, and Maestro should be right behind. Actually, Sharky got an overcut. Maestro dives up the inside, trying to reclaim the lead. That's gonna be interesting. Sharky either...
The only way that I can think he could pull that overcut off is if he didn't get tires.
And Sharky did?
No, other way around. Sharky did not take tires.
So
I'm
both of
launching.
both of them with old tires, or I don't think Meister could get 3 seconds back from the pit stop in one lap to get back on time with Sharky.
Yeah, again, kudos, fix this shit. Or at least make it.
Or Sharky just fucked up. That's another possibility. As Meister
it
tries
is.
to go around the outside, he will have the inside line in the club, or not. They cross over on the straightaway before the club. As Meister goes around the outside, keeps the position, and he is back in the lead of this race. As Neon Tiger and Gem Knight both visited the pit lane on the last lap, and Servatis is the only one who hasn't pitted it yet.
Well, with Ponchik and Sharky having both done their pit stops, I mean, this is on for the lead. This is going to be a race to the very end.
This is on, and we see on the diamond that Squid, Gunses, and Cone are just 3 to 4 seconds down.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
going
it
to be a
could definitely
five-way.
tighten up. If these two keep fighting each other, they could bring the rest of them into play. It could get very dicey very quickly.
Yeah, as Servatis is finally on the pit lane for his pit stop, we'll see if he was able to make up any spots with that strategy. We have 5 and a bit laps to go in that race. Maestro Ponchik leads the race, Sharky is right behind him, and the rest 3, as you can see in that shot, are closing down on him.
It is nice to see someone else on the podium besides the usual 3. Spooky Squid doing a very good job of winning the first lap Calamity, and then having a pretty smooth race since then. He could still end up winning the damn thing if one of these two ahead trip over each other.
Yeah, possibly, and Gunses is there as well. But yeah, Squid started, as we discussed early on, he started far in the field, but he is third so far.
Definitely a good performance from him. Looking down other notable performances, Holly Moose is still keeping 2-5 behind him despite the, well, whipping his car back and forth, as Cone is having a seizure or something on the timing screen. Servatis, after his pit stop, gets himself off the ass end of the field, which is a good thing. Magnet OS now takes that position. Rotor X2 definitely was having some issues because, well, you can see him now down in 15th after mixing it up somewhere in the midfield. Neon Tiger, who had all sorts of calamities happen to him or around him. And
Whoa!
hi there, Spooky.
Speaking of Squid, very sideways on the exit, a little bit of Dorifto action, which will follow by Gunses trying to make a move. Squid tries his best to get on the inside line, nice defensive idea, but I think Gunses has too much pace.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure about that. If he can outbreak him going into the club.
Meanwhile, side by
or
side, Master
crisscross.
Ponchik and Sharky again. We go too wide, too deep for the lead and for the third place. Sharky now tries to go around the outside, a little bit too close to Meister here.
As Spooky Squid gets third back.
Yeah, I think Gunses went sideways as well, and he lost fourth position to Cone Dodges. He is now in the rear of that pack.
Yeah, but Master Ponchik definitely driving like a Russian footballer fan, pushing, shoving, and getting the hips out. As Gunses
tried a crossover and just lost it a bit.
I think he
think
just
it's tires?
overbroke. No, I think he overestimated. I think he got the crisscross wrong. I think he was going to try to let Squid get a shot at him and then take him back. I think he just did the crisscross wrong.
Maybe as Kono just tries to make a move on Squid, not quite there yet.
Yeah, no, Cone is definitely, if we go by experience, Cone definitely has the advantage on Squid. But Squid's been doing a good job this entire race. So is Gunsis, to be fair, holding Cone off. I need more coffee. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens as the laps wind down. It looks like Sharky's going to try to make another move on Mastro.
Yeah, so far it looks like there's not enough pace to pull up beside him. So he will try to make something happen in this turn at the entrance of the club as well.
Mastro cutting the track there a little bit, but everyone's been doing that. No harm, no foul there. Sharky taking the inside line again.
And so far much tidier. And
got
goes
it.
around the outside, and Squid keeps the position safe from Cone Dodger so far. And nice move by Sharky to get the lead in this race with 3 laps to go.
So now we'll see Cone is all over Spooky Squid's ass. It's inevitable, really, at this point. Cone's on a mission.
They're gonna
He's
go
gonna take the
too
position.
wide into turn 1. Cone was a little bit sideways on the entry, but he managed to keep it tidy enough to get past Squid, and Gunsis will now try to do the same versus Squid to keep up with Cone with a fight for the podium and possibly for the lead, seeing how feisty the two up ahead are.
Yeah, but I think Sharky's the faster of the two. I think he's going to start to pull the gap now. It's going to settle down a little bit.
Maybe, but Master is more reckless of the two, so he can make a stupid move happen.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then both of them are out of the race, and we're looking at your new podium right now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as we get a replay of Gem Knight. Is he going to lose it all on his own, or is Neon Tiger going to be a victim of something? Let's see what happens. Neon Tiger cuts back. He's on the racing line. So is Gem Knight.
It goes a little bit wide. Gem will have a go at Neon.
He should be able to get this done easy.
More pace, Neon round the outside. If he breaks late, he will be able to fight off, but not yet, as I think Gem is already clear of him before the turn even starts. And yeah, Neon doesn't try to make any fancy moves, as we see a replay of GT Cooper trying a move on Mach 1 Fireman. Goes
I have
down
a fireman
the
as a
inside.
neighbor. If you see him going Mach 1, you want to get out of the way.
Yeah, I think Fireman just tried to keep it safe, as it was just for 13th position.
Not keeping it safe here is Cone, though. The battle's on for P3.
Still
Spooky
side by
Squid.
side with Squid up ahead, but he will have outside. He will have to attempt a crossover or go around the outside, as I think Gunsis is trying to join the party.
Ooh, that was a little kinky there from Cone, pushing him off the track a bit, but
Gunsis will use that for his advantage, getting P4, and now Cone will be under fire from Gunsis, and I think Gunsis has a little bit more experience than Squid.
I need to see a different angle of that. It looked like Cone pushed Spooky off the track. Again, it might have just been the angle I was looking at, so I won't make any accusations, but that looked a little marginal.
I would expect something like that, because we have one to the white flag, and this for podium, and this is the closest we've ever seen, as Spooky overcooks it a little bit, as he will have to make up the gap.
Gunsis is fast, though.
Gunsis is fast, and
Gunsis looks like he's the fastest of this group right now in this track.
And Cone will have to work his ass off to keep that position away from him.
Squid backing off a little bit now. I don't know if that's because of his mistake or if he's just trying to keep as many points as he can. I don't know.
Maybe he tries to wait for these two to scrap. As we see up ahead, Sharky pulled a solid gap over Master, and Master managed to pull away from the trio fighting for the last podium position. So unless something happens, these two positions are settled so far. And we apologize for technical difficulties, but we do not have too much time to tell everybody how shit we are at editing and this whole commentary thing, as we have taken white flag here at Silverstone. Still a 5-way battle, well, technically a 3-way battle for third at this point. We won't have timing for the last lap, but who cares, really?
It's not like anyone was watching that anyway.
Yes.
Or this video in general. Goons is getting a run on Cone Dodger. This Cone gets a little bit wiggly jiggly. Where's Spooky Squid? He was right there. He is.
Right there.
Okay.
Cone is quite squiggly this entire last lap. Maybe his tires are starting to go. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe that's the reason the video got corrupted originally.
Oh, shush. Anyway, looks like we're gonna have a 3-way.
Speaking of things that are starting to go,
Gunsis tries the inside line. He will stay there. They will just have Club Corner to negotiate this last podium position. Squid will have a run, and he joins the battle. This is gonna go 3 wide into the club. This is never a good combination. Squid stays around. Gunsis starts to slide a little bit. Loses out. There he goes. He doesn't lose too much time, but I don't think Squid has a run. Maybe he does. Cone goes a little bit wide. Squid tries to pull up side by side, race to the finish line, and no, not quite there.
Still though, impressive effort from him. Nice fighting all the way till the end. Just a little mistake there from Gunsis allowed Spooky Squid That translates to P4 in English, just so you know. But your winner, almost surprisingly here at the beginning, I didn't think he'd come back.
Well, from P11 he was about 10 seconds down, and once he came back from 35 seconds down to 5th place as Cooper once again used a creative line through that corner.
That's saying something.
Oh yeah. As Cervantes is kinda too far behind Rotor X2 to make a move happen here in the last corner, so they will finish in that order unless Cervantes loses it 2 meters in front of the finish line. Okay. And finishes it in reverse. I think Charlie White would have a word or two in regards of this film. That's not how you finish a race. Anyway, here we see Sharky,
No.
who is your race winner for today.
And here we have the feature race standing, Sharky coming out on top with Master Ponchik behind the P2, Conelanders at P3. Spooky Squid, Valiant Fight to P4, Goons is messing it up right at the line. Unfortunate P5. 6th is you, Holy Moose, and some other people.
Neon Tiger takes 11th place, Mach 1 Fireman right behind him, GT3 Cooper 2 further seconds down, Rotrix 2 as we saw behind them, Cervantes, even with the spin at the end and finishing in reverse, behind them Martin and Magnet OS are behind, and this golfer never started the race. And with that, that's the end of another race of the season. We're halfway done. It's gonna be another short season, just 4 races.
Wow.
And next week we are going to Spa. As Spa doesn't have a short configuration.
Oh god.
Yes, we are going full Spa in EMEA.
Oh god. Remind me to drink plenty of coffee for that broadcast.
It will take probably about 2 hours, 3 hours.
For 5 lap? Yeah.
Anyway, this has been an exciting race that took us way too long to commentate.
Yeah, almost like 24 hours. Anyway, have fun, guys. Buy our shit. We'll see you next time.
Bye!